Hi, I'm Tanya Harpley. It's Harpley from store 1071 at Chapel Hill Mall in Akron, Ohio. The reason I'm applying for this position is because I've been with the company for 7 years now, and I feel very confident in my ability with my customers and my coworkers. I was chosen as one of the 2 stylists in my store to go to the Matrix Global Academy training class, and I am one of the 3 stylists in my store as the color team that our manager has chosen for our stylists. For my color formulation, I did a base color of 5 Mocha Color Sync, and then went back in with a highlight and low light of 3 VR Color Sync and V-Light's 20 Volume. I sliced all of that. And then for my cut, I have already started the back. I got the back line set up, and I want it to angle forward, so I am pulling it out this way, and that will give me a very straight angle without having to eyeball anything. So I think you should always have a guide. Let me just cut that section off, and then you see it just falls, so it angles right around her shoulder. And then go ahead and tilt your head all the way. And then I always check to make sure we don't have any straight hairs. As you see, there's a little arc right there, so I just want to cut that out. And then for my layers, I've already layered the majority of the back of it, but I like my layers to match up with where the length is, so I just take small sections and do a perpendicular line. I'm going to cut that. And then take a larger section to make sure it blends. And then one last section right around her face. And I prepped her hair with the Chi Keratin Mist to help detangle it and smooth it down when I blow dry. So now she just has long layers. And she likes to keep her long layers, but she still wants movement through the middle. So I take just this top section here, and just like before I'll highlight, you weave out sections, little pieces, and drop the bottom. And then you just slither cut down, and that just adds a little extra movement up through the top without actually getting rid of the length of her layer. Sure, you can see the movement that she has up through here now. And then she still has her long layers in there, and that will blend really nice when she goes to flat iron it. She really likes to have a frame around her face, and I've already cut her bangs. So I'm just going to take my scissors and slide cut around her face. And one more time, just get rid of that point. You see now she still has a nice strong baseline, but a lot of movement up through the middle. So I'm going to take the Chi Silk Infusion, put just a little bit through her hair to help smooth it as I'm blow drying and to help protect it from the heat of the blow dryer. I always like to dry the roots first, just that way I don't have to get my blow dryer really close to her scalp with the brush. And the blow dryer tends to get really hot. And then she likes to have her hair fairly flat. She doesn't like a lot of volume, so I'm not going to round brush it. I'm just going to take my paddle brush and focus my air going down to smooth down her cuticle. just angling that forward section around the face, towards the face, just to be able to bring out that frame a little bit more. Now that I'm blow drying, I'm going to flat iron her hair. Once again, using small amounts of cheese silk infusion to run that through her hair to help protect it from the heat. Small sections. You always want to comb the hair before you flat iron it. If there's any tangles in there, those are going to seal right into that. And the reason I use the silk infusion on her hair is because with the silk proteins helps strengthen the hair and it adds a little bit more manageability and softness to it, which you wouldn't normally have. Since she has naturally curly hair, I really like her ends to be very pieced out and very broken up. So once I have my baseline set up here, I'm going to go through and just point cut the rest of her layers. And that gives you that broken up, once again, a lot of movement. Well, she has it straight, but it also helps keep the body in good texture while it's curly. I always double check to make sure her length and her layers match up around her face. So just to recap, I used Matrix Color Sync for her base color of 5M, and then I went back in with a 3VR Color Sync and V-Lights 20 volume for her highlight and low light, slicing each of them. I cut it and I wanted it to angle forward, so I pulled it out behind her so that it had a nice angle around her shoulders. Did long layers with shorter weave and slither technique up through the top to add some extra movement and just give her a little bit more interest to her hair. I use the Chi Keratin Mist before I cut it because it adds strength and softness and it helps really good it's a really good detangler. And then before I blow dried and flat ironed, I use the Chi Silk Infusion because it has those protein bonds in there to help strengthen and add manageability to the hair while protecting it from the heat from the blow dry and flat iron. I'm just going to give it a quick shot right across the top of the Pravana Super Shape Spray because it has a little bit of humidity resistant in it, and here in Ohio we have a lot of humidity. So once again, I am Anni Harpley from store 1071. Thank you very much.